Man United 2, Liverpool 2. Mixed emotions, man, to be honest, because apart from the first 5 minutes, I had the ball in the back of the net, given offside, all right, cool. Then after that, it was all Liverpool up to the half. Well, there, 14 shots to our 0. They were 1-0 up, and you're fearing the worst. You're thinking, you know what? We're in big trouble here. This is a formality for Liverpool. They're in first gear. I don't even think they're going to have to get into second gear to be able to beat us today. And all of the familiar problems that we've seen with our team, with it being wide open, giving away possession, no build-up, just looking for counter-attacks. It was all evident for us to see in the first half. It was really, really poor in that first half. As poor as it has been, it was just a continuation of how we played against Chelsea, of how we played against Brentford, and all the glaringly, big deficiencies that we have in the team. However, there's something about this fixture. I'm not going to lie, there's something about this fixture at Old Trafford where we just refuse to die. Whether it's through Liverpool's own negligence and us having to, take our chances and be clinical, or whether it's through sheer grit and determination, smashing into tackles, there's always just a sort of momentum shift. And so far this season, Klopp's not beating us, and we've put a dent in Liverpool's title hopes, and the Arsenal fans will be happy. But essentially, overall, the performance, again, we get ourselves into a winning position, and it was annoying not to see it out. But in typical Man United fashion, we didn't see it out. So what we saw was a lot of this common themes that we've seen that's wrong with the team. But we did see fight at the right times. I want to big up this player because I think he was absolutely outstanding today. Willie Kambwalaa. He was so strong in his tackles, winning his duels. It's a big day for him to start in this game. See, I think his last Premier League start would have been West Ham away when we lost 2-0, and he did okay in that game and come off near the end as well for a little bit of cramp. But, he's been fast-tracked in because of the amount of injuries. You've got to come in, you've got to do a job against Núñez, you've got to do a job against Gakpo and co, and he was absolutely outstanding. Probably deserved to be on the winning team today, just with how good his individual performance was. I was so impressed with him. I thought he was excellent. Across the back line, Dalot, he drifted in and out in terms of being really good and sometimes letting Diaz get in behind him, but most of the time he was up to the task. Not easy to keep Diaz quiet. Obviously, he got the first goal, but Dalot grew into the game, so he was okay. And Wan-Bissaka, man, I just at 2-1 up, and I know I'm fast forwarding, I'm going back, I'm fast forwarding, I'm going back. Sorry if I'm not making much sense here when you just cut out the ground and you're saying the first things that come to my head. I don't know what Wan-Bissaka's thinking doing that tackle on Harvey Elliott. I haven't seen it back yet. But to me, where I was around halfway line, quite far away, but it looked like clear as day. Like this was like a stupid tackle. It looked like Harvey Elliott was going absolutely nowhere. Did he take a touch away from goal, I think? I don't know. And Wan-Bissaka's just panicked and just flipping mowed him down. And then there was this weird, eerie silence in Old Trafford, even from the Liverpool fans, like, it definitely is a pen, right? And I was like, it must be. Like, he's just mowed him down. And then I'm like, you give Liverpool that sort of encouragement in the last 10 minutes, you think there's probably only going to be one winner. We done well to actually make sure we didn't lose the game, but we couldn't manufacture more moments. Why? Because that's the team that we are, And again, we was in a really good position to win the game and cause an upset, a shock, whatever you want to call it. But we were our own worst enemies. Like DJ says, we saved the bullet for ourselves, and when we shot ourselves in the foot right near the end. But Kobbie Mainoo, what a finish that was. Worthy of winning the match. Would have been fantastic for him to get that match-winning goal. And it just wasn't to be today because, like I said, we're just not that team to see it out. We just didn't have it in us. But he wraps it, top corner. Kelleher, no chance. Brilliant finish. And he actually started that move, got on the half turn, travelled with the ball. He could have went to the right-hand side, but didn't. Gave it to the left-hand side. I think he gave it to Garnacho. Went back and got it off him. Gets it, whips it in the top bins. Old Trafford's going absolutely mental. And then, I'm not going to lie, when the celebrations calmed down, I thought, when was that goal? Probably about the 70th, wasn't it? 75th maybe, around that time. Can't remember. But I remember thinking, Liverpool are going to come. And I'll be honest, it sounds a bit pessimistic, but I was like, we're not going to hold on. It's not the sort of thing we do. We've seen how our game management is. We've seen how we have been in the big games, and well, not even just big games, just in games in general, where in recent weeks, the last 2 fixtures, we've thrown it away from winning positions. And this technically is another encapsulation of that. We've thrown the game away from a winning position, even though we didn't deserve to be in that position, or Liverpool should have put us to bed earlier. All of that stuff that is irrelevant when you actually get in a winning position. We should have seen that game out. And we just wasn't able to by a stupid decision by Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and the fact that we, again, don't have the right tools to be able to say, right, we're in a winning position, let's keep the ball, let's manipulate the ball, let's let Liverpool come on to us. And I knew that the next 5 minutes after that goal, Old Trafford would be up, but how would we respond? And then it was chances, you know, Nunes flashed it across the box, probably should have scored. Salah had one, I think, that went over the bar. And Liverpool kind of kept coming, was giving away corners. So you thought it was going to be ugly, it was going to be horrible. We would have had to have held on in there and bite down on the gum shield. But that's not really our style. It's not really what we do. We don't normally hold on like that. And I just felt that something would happen. And to see that stupid penalty be given by Wan-Bissaka, I just can't believe that decision, man. I can't believe it for him to do that. Someone's ringing me right now. I don't know who it is. So look, it is what it is. One of the positives that at least we put a dent in Liverpool's, you know, quest for the title. But at the end of the day, they're joint top with Arsenal. It is what it is. Like, the bigger picture is, you know, it's more points dropped for Man United, you know, from a winning position, and that's why it's like, it is bittersweet because, you know, it's all good saying at least we didn't lose, we could have got humiliated today, but at the same time, the game was there for the taking. The game was there for the taking. Even though at large parts of it we didn't deserve it, even though large parts Liverpool were on top in cruise control, it weren't our fault that, I think it was Jarell Quansah who gave the ball to Bruno, where he lobs Kelleher. Fantastic finish from Bruno, by the way. It wasn't our fault they gave us the ball. It wasn't our fault that we had another counter attack and stuck it in the top corner and they were wasteful. Not our fault. Same way it weren't our fault that Brentford wasted all them chances. But when you get a chance to get in the winning position from playing poorly, you have to then turn them into wins. You got to, and that's just the biggest deficiency in this team, depleted squad or not. Like, we keep doing it. We keep doing it, and it's so jarring, it's so frustrating. It encapsulates everything wrong with the team. And then you see, like, a little bit of fight in periods, you see a little bit of hope in other periods, and you're like, actually, there's something there. But really and truly, overall, it's just not good enough. So, look, I'm pleased that we didn't lose, of course. I'm happy with that. But at the end of the day, from a winning position, with 10 minutes left, you got to see it out. But we just don't do it. What does it mean for us? What, we got Bournemouth away next? Does that sort of performance and the performance over the last couple of weeks fill us with confidence that we're going to go to Bournemouth and handle business and have an easy game and come out with 3 points? No, not at all. But I think it's about just trying to just get as much positive results as we can for the end of the season, because the Europe thing's done. And all we did was, you know, put a dent in Liverpool's title hopes, to be honest with you, which... it's not really something. I know I said I'm going to be shameless if we draw or if they don't beat us or if we win or whatever. But really, when we draw and then the way it happened, it's just a bit, you know, they'll be more pissed off with the draw than us. They were winning and then, you know, could have easily lost. But actually, then again, they probably are happy with the draw considering they nearly lost. So it just feels a bit meh. Just feels a bit meh. But Willie Kambwalaa, big up to him. Mainoo, what a strike as well. But Man United keep being Man United. What can I say? Let me know what you guys are saying in the comments.